As usual, I'd like to make a comment before I start this video or upload it. I'm not making fun of anyone who has an addiction problem. 2 of my children were addicts. And we went through a lot of hell on earth because of it. There's always some kind of reason this happens. Both of my children were sexually abused. And I had no idea until they both told me when they turned age 25. For some reason, it was the same age that they told me what happened. All those years, I never knew. It was, it happened in the cult that we were in. And partially. But some people just do it because they want to have fun. But some people also, it's because they have so much pain inside. They're trying to cover it up. So I have empathy for these people. Even for Hunter Biden. I guess recently Joe Biden's daughter came out and talked about how, was very uncomfortable when she had to take showers with her daddy. And I haven't seen too much about that. I don't follow this real close. I just collected a series of articles about this to put up for anyone who may not know what's going on. Of course, it goes a lot deeper than Hunter's laptop. And I included a conversation on Twitter, some tweets that people made, trying to figure out what's going on and thinking that maybe both of these kids put this out here to try to, in a roundabout way, inform people of what their father did. Did Hunter record all this so he could make a laughingstock out of his father? I don't know. I wasn't on the inside, and I can't make any solid claims. All I know is when I see this, when I see some of these videos that Hunter made, he clearly has a sexual addiction on top of a drug addiction, but I think it goes a lot deeper than that. I think there's a lot of pain involved. I've done other videos on this, where he talked a lot about the big guy, his dad, and how he felt like he was being used. So, like I said, I'm not making this video to make fun of anybody, especially people who are addicted to drugs. It's one of the biggest catastrophes that ever hit our country. And our own Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, is the biggest drug dealer in the world. They did this on purpose. Yeah, people have never been addicted, which I have never been addicted. I never tasted beer till I was 31 years old. I did get drunk when I turned 21, just to see what it felt like, but I didn't drink beer. I'm the type of person I have to experience things, and I did get drunk on purpose because I wanted to know why people did it. I have a very deep curiosity about things. And, I won't tell you the whole story, but it was at a New Year's Eve party. I was married, and I don't hardly remember leaving the party because I tasted some of everything they had, and there was a lot. Toledo, Ohio. I'll never forget. 10 feet of snow on the ground, and me trying to get my snow boot on. The next thing I remember was waking up with the whole house spinning around me, and sitting on the floor in front of the toilet for about an hour. It was not good. So I still haven't figured out why people want to do it. Just saying. Just a little tidbit there. But I have seen people, my daughter, she tried, and I will say that both my son and daughter now are clean and have been for a long time and doing well. But I just wanted to make sure that nobody thinks that I'm making fun of Hunter. These are just, like I said, videos I put together for people who may not have seen it and may need, would like to have a more cohesive, if this can even be called cohesive, insight as to what is going on with this. So I hope y'all are having a good day. Stay cool out there. God bless.
Back with a Fox News alert, a new report showing Hunter Biden's closest business associates may have visited the White House and other official locations at least, get this, 19 times while his dad was vice president.
Whoa, this is new information for sure. This comes after Joe Biden has repeatedly claimed that he had nothing to do with his son's business dealings.
Wow, Carly Simkus is here with the details of that report. Carly.
That's right. The New York Post guys reporting White House visitors logs saying Hunter Biden's business partner made at least 19 visits to the White House while Joe Biden was vice president. Eric Cheverin met with then Vice President Biden in the West Wing in November 2010. In addition to that sit down, Cheverin met with several close aides of both Joe and Jill Biden at key moments in Hunter's life when he was striking multi-million-dollar deals in foreign countries, including China. This, of course, casting even more doubt over Joe Biden's claim that he knew nothing of Hunter's business dealings. According to emails found on the first son's now infamous laptop, Cheverin was also involved with Joe Biden's personal taxes and had access to his personal finances. Hunter Biden's top associate was serving as president of the Rosemont Seneca Partners investment fund, which has since been dissolved. Now, other emails on Hunter's laptop says Cheverin handled Joe's Delaware tax refund check and also consulted with the then vice president about his financial future.
Is the first family sufficient cyber infrastructure to protect? You don't even know if they're compromised. Tell you what, Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop. Which I'm in possession.
Whoa, roasted. There's no objection to that.
I've never had it.
Pending further investigation.
What's the basis of that objection?
It's a unanimous consent request, and I object pending.
Very well, I have a subsequent question. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt
May very well be
from the Mac shop.
It may very well be entered into the record after we look at it further.
Very well, Mr. Chairman, I have a subsequent
Deming's
unanimous
right
consent.
now.
Clean up on aisle 3. If you have a piece of crack cocaine, no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, $1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Under our forfeiture statutes, the government can take everything you own. Everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street. You're both under arrest.
Why, in 2013, did 43-year-old Hunter Biden accompany his father, the Vice President of the United States, on an official state visit to China? Could it have had something to do with the private equity fund that Hunter founded with his Chinese partner? America's mainstream media censored a substantiated story showing Hunter Biden's involvement in major business deals with China. One email confirmed as real read, "Send held by H for the big guy. Translation, 10% for Joe Biden, held by Hunter. It appears that means the current president of the United States was taking a 10% cut from Chinese businessmen connected to Chinese intelligence services. The rest of the elite rose as if a single organism to defend him, to protect him. American political elites have thrown open the gates to the Chinese Communist Party. This is the story of how America's political establishment betrayed their country to the Chinese Communist Party.
Established a new civil rights cause of action for those whose intimate images were shared on the public screen. How many times have you heard? I bet everybody knows somebody somewhere along the line that in an intimate relationship, what happened was the guy takes a revealing picture of his naked friend or whatever in a compromising position, and then literally in a sense blackmails or mortifies that person. Sends it out, put it online.
Crack cocaine, a piece of...
Asked if I wanted to take a walk. Oh my God. Where are you going? My pants fell off. Oh my God, it's cold. Days clean.
Scrutiny tonight over his finances, with federal prosecutors in Delaware investigating Hunter Biden and whether he broke federal tax law. Now, a representative for Mr. Biden tells NBC News his bill from the IRS, about $2 million, has been paid off. Two people familiar with the matter say the money was arranged by one of the younger Biden's new attorneys, Hollywood lawyer Kevin Morris, best known for brokering a deal for the South Park TV show.
Does paying that tax bill wash away any liability that Hunter Biden may have now?
Paying the tax bill, if in fact that's what he did, doesn't undo the crime. It would be like returning money to a bank that you robbed. You still robbed the bank.
The president's son and his company brought in about $11 million between 2013 and 2018, including some years in which his father was vice president, working as an attorney, a board member to a Ukrainian gas company accused of bribing a prosecutor, and for a joint venture involving a Chinese businessman now accused of fraud, according to an NBC News analysis of a copy of Biden's hard drive and iCloud account, as well as documents released by a Senate committee. During the campaign, then candidate Joe Biden denied his son profited off a China connection.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China?
The records show Hunter Biden's company received nearly $5 million in consulting contracts from that joint venture funded by a Chinese energy company. A snapshot of Hunter Biden's spending shows that for about 5 months in late 2017 and early 2018, he spent more than $200,000 a month on things like luxury hotel rooms, cash withdrawals, dental work, and payments on a Porsche, according to documents on the hard drive, a time period in which Hunter Biden has acknowledged struggling with drug addiction.
The immediate focus appears to be for both the president and Hunter Biden is whether or not there'll be any charges as a result of this federal criminal investigation.
Hunter Biden's laptop, a subject of controversy after documents recovered from it were brought to light by the Biden's political opponents, with some cybersecurity experts at one point in 2020 suggesting it bore hallmarks of a Russian disinformation campaign. Since then, several news organizations have authenticated many emails from the laptop, and NBC News obtained a copy of the hard drive from a representative for Rudy Giuliani. The president has defended his son.
I'm confident.
And Hunter Biden has denied any illegal business dealings.
I'm cooperating completely, and I am absolutely certain, 100% certain, that at the end of the investigation, that I will be cleared of any wrongdoing.
Experts point out family members of a president who hold no official job in the administration are not bound by any government ethics rules.
Hunter Biden seems a lot like somebody whose primary profession is being Joe Biden's son. But unless there's a direct connection to Joe Biden, that's really more of a criticism of one private citizen rather than a government official or an administration.
Hunter Biden's attorney did not comment on the record, and the White House has not responded to our request for comment.
Should the government silence voices that are politically inconvenient and that it disagrees with?
As a matter of course, in our domestic politics, of course not.
So why is the Biden administration creating a board to do that?
I believe this is based on the awareness that misinformation and disinformation is used as a weapon against the
So was the Hunter Biden laptop misinformation? The Hunter Biden laptop.
I'm not familiar with all of the details of those stories. What I know is that Russia, notably, and other players too.
Except it wasn't Russia. It's an accurate laptop. Now the New York Times has acknowledged that after the election, and yet the head of this disinformation board happily pushed out that it was disinformation. That is a code word for things that are politically inconvenient.
In 2013, did 43-year-old Hunter Biden accompany his father, the Vice President of the United States, on an official state visit to China? Could it have had something to do with the private equity fund that Hunter founded with his Chinese partner? America's mainstream media censored a substantiated story showing Hunter Biden's involvement in major business deals with China. One email confirmed as real read, 10 held by H for the big guy. Translation, 10% for Joe Biden, held by Hunter. It appears that means the current president of the United States was taking a 10% cut from Chinese businessmen connected to Chinese intelligence services. The rest of the elite rose as if a single organism to defend him, to protect him. American political elites have thrown open the gates to the Chinese Communist Party. This is the story of how America's political establishment betrayed their country to the Chinese Communist Party.
8,000 of them, but 120,000 of them were in archives and very difficult to reach, and sometimes the search bar didn't work, as we now know. And so at first we thought we were just going to bring to the fore all the things that Merriman and Associates had found, 128,000 emails, 28,000 images, yada, yada. We did that very quickly, but my guys were so good, and one of them particularly said, I feel like there's more there, Jack. Can I look? I said, sure. You know, all I know how to do is turn on my computer. That's about it. And he started searching. First thing we found were 4,000 little microscopic thumbnails of erased pictures. Those pictures were brought up. We can see them all. Then I'm sitting there. I've been on the phone, as you can imagine, all week. And he says, my God, I just found another 20 gigabytes of this and that and this and that. And ultimately, we found 450 gigabytes of what Hunter thought was erased material. Now, some of it was duplicate, but amongst those things were 80,000 images and videos. And when my tech guy first started looking at them, it was very uncomfortable. Many of them were young girls, for some reason, sending pictures to Hunter with their tongues out. And I said, you got to stop. You have to stop. If he meant to erase these pictures, I was feeling there could be a high likelihood that there was something that no man or woman with a soul would want to see, and then I would be instantly obligated to go to the Swiss police. And I wanted to make sure before that eventuality had to come to pass that we had archived all the other material. Now, since then, we found thousands and thousands of PDFs we didn't know about. We believe that we've been able to scrape all the attachments. We keep finding more and more things. And so that became quite horrifying, and that's where we are, people. And in short order, I'm going to make it available to the world. My original intention on coming here was to make copies for the United States Senate, the House of Representatives, and U.S. law enforcement, because every single crime that Hunter committed, other than espionage, is also a state crime. All these crimes can be prosecuted at the state level. And as I said earlier, why would we wait for Mrs. Peter Strzok to do something about it? Because we know her husband didn't do anything about it, because he testified against the president in the first impeachment while being in possession of Hunter's laptop. Here's something that I think everybody has to understand, and I've not gotten a clear answer. The Washington Post has not gotten a clear answer. Josh, I don't believe you've gotten a clear answer. The Senate Judiciary Committee, who finally contacted me about a month ago, had no answer. It appears that that FBI agent who picked up Hunter's laptop and those who he was associated with never filed Hunter Biden's laptop into evidence at the FBI. The FBI received the laptop on the 9th of December 2019, but they actually were informed of its existence earlier. Now, what did they do about it? I don't know. I've not seen any confirmation that they've done anything. As far as I can tell, the trial in Delaware is about taxes. It's not about abusing children. It's not about trafficking women. It's not about putting in jail the crack dealers all across America who Hunter used to keep his habit up. And I think it's very important that I say this right now. The crack laws in the United States of America put almost 200,000 African American males in jail. Anybody can look it up. The ACLU did a study about a lost generation. Joe Biden wrote that law. That law made 1 gram of crack cocaine equal to 100 grams of powder. And it destroyed entire communities. So BLM, if you're listening, I hope you're getting your blood pressure up.
Now, the good news is that almost all the big tech platforms now acknowledge some responsibility for content on their platforms, and they're investing in large teams of people to monitor it. Given the sheer volume of content, this strategy can feel like a game of whack-a-mole. Still, talking to people at these companies, I believe they are sincere in trying to limit content that engages in hate speech, encourages violence, or poses a threat to public safety. They genuinely are concerned about it. They want to do something about it. But while content moderation can limit the distribution of clearly dangerous content,
people are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange.
Established a new civil rights cause of action for those whose intimate images were shared on the public screen. How many times have you heard? I bet everybody knows somebody somewhere along the line that in an intimate relationship, what happened was the guy takes a revealing picture of his naked friend or whatever in a compromising position, and then literally, in a sense, blackmails or mortifies that person. Sends it out, put it online.
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm, there's a killer